Welcome, everybody. I'd like to call to order the May 20th, 2026 regular council meeting to order. Ms. Cassandra.
Mayor David Romero,
Here.
Councilor Marvin Martinez,
Present.
Councilor Barbara Casey. Here. Councilor Benito Pacheco,
Present.
Councilor David Ulivari.
Here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We do have a quorum.
Mr. David Marquez will lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Martinez, moment of silence.
Thank you, Mayor. At this point, I just would like to recognize a musician that has passed away in our state, El Hurricane Jr., that passed away, I guess, I understand, by a heart attack. And a moment of silence for him because he was very, he represented the Hispanic people very well and our culture. I'd like to have that moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, approval of the agenda.
Councilors, I did have, I think after going over the agenda, recommendation, and hopefully you guys consider that, is that we move executive session before item number 5. The business items? That would be a recommendation, if you guys would take that into consideration. With that, what's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. Mayor, if I may add that removing executive session action item as well.
Yeah, it would still stay.
I would move that we move executive before item 5 on the business agenda.
Motion by Councilman Pacheco. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Casey. Let's do roll call on this one.
Councilor Ulivari. Councilor Pacheco.
Yes.
Councilor Casey.
Yes.
Councilor Martinez.
Yes.
I have a motion by Councilor Pacheco, a second by Councilor Casey. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to public input. We have no public input this evening. Moving on to our mayor's appointments, reports, recognitions, and proclamations.
Okay, so as I had mentioned to you all last week, I had the opportunity, we did through our PIO, put out a request for individuals interested in serving committees. I would say, almost every individual that requested was appointed or put up for recommendation for appointment. I did pretty much keep intact the tree board, with the exception of one. And the rest are pretty much just individuals that requested to sit on these committees. I don't know how you guys want to do them, if you want to go one by one. I know we have the tree board. What's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. Mayor, I'd go ahead and move to go ahead and appoint these individuals as stated on the agenda.
Motion by Councilman Martinez. Do I have a second? Second by Councilor Casey. Roll call.
Councilor Casey.
Yes.
Councilor Pacheco.
Yes.
Councilor Martinez.
Yes.
Councilor Ulivari.
Yes.
I have a motion by Councilor Martinez, a second by Councilor Casey. Mr. Mayor, motion carries to appoint the appointment of John Spencer, Nancy Lippi, Kristen Sanders, Jeff Salmon, Gerald Romero, Tom Lamberth, Elizabeth Gardner, Antonio Jaramillo, Michael Remke, Twyla Espinosa, Melissa Wright to the tree board.
Thank you. The next appointments would be appointments to the Finance Advisory Committee. Currently, I do have, I think, 3 community members and then the 2 counselors. Again, the same thing with these individuals. They had requested to sit on the Finance Committee. I think you guys all know Chairman Garcia. Alyssa Sena's, she's branch manager of, I believe, the Guadalupe Credit Union. Mr. Cody Rivera received his master's and was still works for Highlands University, I believe, and then also Mr. Joseph Dominguez.
I move that we approve the appointment of Harold Garcia, Alyssa Sena, Cody Rivera, and Joseph Dominguez to the Finance Advisory Committee.
A motion by Councilor Casey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Ulivari. Roll call.
Councilor Pacheco.
Yes.
Councilor Casey.
Yes.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Next appointment of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee.
Question, Mr. Mayor,
Councilor Casey?
is the Flora Gallegos that is listed here the district judge?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Martinez?
I'll go ahead and move to appoint Ken Abeta, Flora Gallegos, Melanie Gallegos, Elizabeth Batzlaff, Chris Baca, and Lisa Ribal to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee.
A motion by Councilor Martinez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Pacheco. Roll call.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari? Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Martinez, a second by Counselor Pacheco. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
The next appointment is the Design Review Board, and taking into consideration, I did discuss with the Community Development Director, and I think we have a good functioning board, so that complete board was kept intact. There was nobody that basically put in for that.
Okay, so everybody is, so these people here are already on there? Okay. Was not Mike Sweeney on there too? No, he's with
No,
Dr.
he's
Stokes.
on planning and
Oh,
zoning.
planning and zoning,
Yeah.
okay, I knew it was one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the appointment of Leeiner
Lawrence Quintana, Isaac Sandoval, Rick Rubio, Lorraine Garduño, and Roland Medrano Senior.
Senior to the Design and Review Board.
A motion by Councilor Casey. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Olivari. Roll call.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Okay, the next appointment is the Police Advisory, and I do want to say that I think it's probably been about 5 or more years that this committee has been inactive. So we did get some interest in that, and I know there was one, and I apologize to Ms. Lauren Martinez. Two of the papers were combined, but I'll make sure that she's put on the next agenda. Other than that, pretty much everybody that requested, that's on here for the Police Advisory was submitted for recommendation.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Martinez.
go ahead and move for the approval of the appointment of Frank Casey, Roy Montalban, Chris Gutierrez, Arthur Gonzalez to the Police Advisory Commission.
A motion by Councilor Martinez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Pacheco. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Martinez, a second by Counselor Pacheco. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Next appointment is the Museum Board, and I only had 2 individuals, so I'm going to work with the PIO to furthermore, try to gain some more interest if we get some more volunteers or anybody watching out there wants to participate in the museum.
My husband would be interested in doing that.
Okay, so,
He was on it previously.
okay. So just submit a letter of interest to myself, and we'll move on from there. So right now, the only ones that we had to submit were Ms. Billy Matthews and Dr. Romero from the New Mexico Highlands University.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the appointment of Dr. Billy Matthews.
And Dr. Eric Romero to the Museum Board.
Can I just point out that Billy Matthews is not at Highlands University, she's at Lynn.
She's what?
Oh, okay.
A motion by Councilor Casey,
Second.
a second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
The next board is the Library Board, the advisory, Ms. Sally Witters, Bonnie Lopez, and John Martinez. That also were the only 3 individuals that submitted their names.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the appointment of Sally Witters, Bonnie Lopez,
And John Martinez to the Library Board.
A motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Olivari. Roll call.
Counselor Casey?
yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
And the last one I have for recommendation is Matthew Lamstein and Helen Strader to the Senior Advisory Committee, and those were the only individuals that submitted also.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
I will move to approve Matthew Labstein and Helen Strader to the Senior Center Advisory Committee.
Motion by Councilor Pacheco, second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Pacheco, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Okay, and the second part of mine, my report, I don't see the students here, but I think William, who's the teacher, so we had some students, and I figured it would be best instead of waiting till June, because it looks like typically, once schools are let out, the students won't want to come to a city council meeting. If you don't mind coming forth, and I know the students at West Las Vegas High School did a little bit of research, I don't know if you could discuss, what they did, what they came up with, and any. Yeah, could we go ahead and put on the slide? Okay.
So, yeah. So, my AP biology students were involved in a grant through Future Focused Education. It's called the Youth Civic Infrastructure Fund. We received a grant to do some capstone projects and had been doing this throughout the year. My students went to 4 different sites along the Rio Gallinas to test the water quality in different ways. And one of the groups decided to do their capstone project on comparing the public perception in Las Vegas, New Mexico, the public perception of water quality versus the actual water quality measurements that they got at the sites. And so I'm speaking on behalf of the students. They're currently engaged in finals week, so getting them out here is a little bit difficult at this time. But generally, they were thinking about the sentiment toward the water quality in Las Vegas, New Mexico post Calf Canyon Hermit's Peak fires, and felt that residents were still concerned about the ash, debris, and sediment that was deposited within the water during that time, especially given the boil orders and things of that nature. And in fact, one group actually took that idea and decided to do their capstone project on recycling for the use of bottled water in our community. So this group, though, was focused just on the public perception and the water quality that they measured. And their research question was, will public perception of water quality align with the actual water quality data? And interestingly, they hypothesized that the public perception of water quality would be negative and that the water quality itself would align with that sentiment. Their reasoning was that contaminated water can contain chemicals, bacteria, all of that stuff that can cause harm to humans when consumed. Interestingly, we went to these 4 sites. We went to 2 sites on the Riverwalk near West Las Vegas High School. We went to the Evie Long Campground twice, and then we also went to the Montezuma skating pond just upstream of the pond itself and checked on various parameters, the most significant being the turbidity, the total dissolved solids, reactive phosphorus in the water, nitrates, and the data that we got back, which is all summarized in this table, and I guess I'll skip boring you with the actual numbers. We sure. So, well, no, that's fine. Well, generally speaking, and I'll cut to this slide really quickly. The total dissolved solids were measured in milligrams per. I apologize, I actually think that might be a mistake, but we measure total dissolved solids. Generally, that number should not be above 150, and then the turbidity should not be more than 10 NTU over background turbidity. And when we looked at Evie Long campgrounds, 2 times our Montezuma skating pond, and then this table has 1 measurement from the Riverwalk, all of the relevant parameters related to human health fell within safe ranges, with one exception. At the Evie Long Campground on October 29th, 2025, the level of nitrates in milligrams per liter was slightly above what was considered safe, I suppose you'd say. I believe it should be at no more than 10 milligrams per liter. We did get 10.8 milligrams in this particular measurement.
Tell us where the Evie Long Campground is, please.
Sure. So as soon as you enter the national forest, where you have that sort of fork in the road where you can either go to Hermit's Peak or up the Hyenas, the Evie Long Campground is right as you enter that site.
Thank you.
So what they ended up summarizing here was the average of all of the data that we got, the ranges, and found that generally speaking, all of these different parameters were within safe ranges or acceptable ranges when thinking about things such as human health, whether to restock the rivers, if there was a suitable amount of water passing through at any given moment in time. And when they compared this to their survey, they put together a survey with a variety of questions, the most relevant of which are in this slideshow. They had 52 to 53 respondents. I do believe it depends on the question, but this one was pretty interesting. Do you use the tap water in Las Vegas, New Mexico as drinking water? 71.2% of respondents said that they do not. And we asked them to rate on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being do not trust at all, 5 being completely trust the water quality in Las Vegas, New Mexico. And 67.9% of respondents rated it a 3 or higher, and the average score that we got here was a 2.83, so there was some pretty moderate distrust of the water, though I think that this probably highlighted it the most. If they don't trust it to drink, then this number kind of means nothing, right? And then the students decided, well, a lot of people that were affected actually don't use tap water, and they do use a well for their homes. And so we asked the same group of students on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you rate the water quality of your well? And 75.5% of respondents rated it a 3 out of 5 or higher, and that averaged to 3.36 out of 5, which was 0.53 points higher than what was reported for the tap water in Las Vegas, New Mexico. So they ended up concluding that the hypothesis was partially supported. Their survey data did show that there was a negative perception of water quality amongst our students, but that didn't align with the actual water quality. Generally speaking, it appears that the water quality in the region is safe, and they ended up concluding that there was moderate distrust in the water quality, and perhaps given this information, the fact that the water quality was acceptable, that there could be, I suppose they said, education aimed at teaching people what's being measured in the water and what it actually means to be safe. But this is the final poster that they ended up producing and presenting at the Después del Fuego conference that was set up by our nonprofit partner, RiverSource. This is posted on the West Las Vegas High School news page if anybody's interested in taking a look at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. I see trapped Mr. Martinez smiling out there, because I think he was probably worried what was going to come out of your presentation. But, I think what your students came up with, I think internally we've had those conversations that we do need to let the public, be more aware. I think that big pie chart that you showed, I think kind of coincides with what we were given last week on our finance report, that people aren't using the water. So 72% aren't using the water, and that kind of coincides with our budget and the revenue being generated. So, a lot of information in that. Thank you, Mr. Lopez, and, appreciate that data. I don't know, comments?
Good job. Thank you.
Mr. Lopez, go ahead. I was just going to note that, one, I commend you on a job well done. So excellent in terms of the job you're doing at West Las Vegas. I'm sure my wife really appreciates it. So, but in addition to that, it's great to see the real world experience that these students are receiving while they're in high school. And something that is definitely a misperception in our community, actually bringing logic and science to try and change that perception. You'll hear me say all the time, and Mr. Dominguez out there in the audience has probably heard me say this more times than not, but sometimes perception is greater than reality, or many times it is. So it's good to know that our water's safe. That's what we've been saying. That's what we know. And getting an outside perspective from our community is always welcome. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Lopez, I've been drinking this water for the past 70 years. And it's been, we have good directors that work for us. We've got good quality people, city employees that work for us. If there's something going on, that's not right, our managers and our council's gonna know about it. I'll tell you one thing, I don't have any problems with my water. I drink it, not all the time, but I use it, take showers, I use it for almost everything. And our water is, I say it's pure, it's really good water. We do have some devastation up at Herman's Peak, but the thing is, our directors are doing a good job, our city is doing a good job. I want to thank all the city employees and our managers or whatever, council, that they're doing a good job, and we're keeping our health in good shape. Thank you.
Mr. Lopez, I just want to thank you for a really excellent job. And please thank your students for having the interest to do it and to present it at different places. I think that's wonderful. And like Councilor Ulibarri stated, the water is safe. And sometimes I get a little frustrated when I see posts on Facebook saying, oh, the water is, coming out blue, or it's brown, or it's something. And I drink the water every day. My husband drinks it every day. I cook with it. I bathe with it. I wash my hair. My hair hasn't fallen out. I haven't gotten rash. I haven't gotten anything wrong with me. So I really am concerned that some people are posting things like that when the water is safe. And if it's not safe, if the treatment plant would be shut down until it is safe. And so as long as it's coming out of your faucet, it's good. So thank you again for the work that you do. And I taught for 38 years, and so I'm well aware of the challenges that teachers face every day. And I think you did an excellent job with your students. Thank you again.
Councilman Martinez.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just, today, post-fire is a big thing for the public, the general public to understand. And along the lines, our water treatment plant is still having to do an excellent job of making sure that quality of water reaches the tap. In one way, it's conservation, because people are buying bottled water to drink rather than using the tap. And that does have some impact on revenues, of course, but whatever it is, it works, and I'm happy that there's still conservation out there. People are at least trying to conserve water, and those are big steps moving forward, especially in a year like this. We've had drought, so a good job on the presentation and a good job to your students. Thank you.
And just in closing, Mr. Lopez, maybe, Mr. Martinez and you can connect. And I know, we're kind of early for next school year, but, I know we've always discussed about having students up at the water treatment plant, which is completely, so unreal. But maybe there's some collaboration or, where some of the students could participate, and maybe we could eventually get some of those students that are interested in this type of line of work that eventually do internships working, and it's all chemistry and biology, right? So maybe you guys could get together and see if you guys come up with something moving forward. Thank you. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, councilors' reports.
Councilman Martinez, I'll start with you this time week.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to go ahead and pass. I mean, we had council's reports last week as well, and I really don't have much to talk about right now. The same issues that we had last week are continuing this week, but, we just have to take the time to understand, right now we're in a drought, right now fuel is expensive. What would it take for our community and for the measures of even our own employees here at the city to be conservative, smart when it comes to conducting business for the city? Price of diesel is very expensive and everything else. Just think about all those things as you move forward. I'm hoping that at one point or another, price of fuel comes down and, things can come back to normal. But I appreciate our community listening to YouTube and the general public that shows up to the council meetings. Thank you.
Councilor Casey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I agree with Councilor Martinez. Most of us had a lot to report last week. This week, I just want to say thank you to the city for putting together the press conference on the Riverwalk issue, and I was very happy to see people from the Hermit's Peak Watershed Alliance and other citizens who were concerned about what is going on. And I apologize, but I had to leave early because my husband became ill and I had to get him back home. But I want to thank the city for doing that, and hopefully maybe the city manager will let us know what transpired as a result, or if there was any decisions that were made, so that we're all up to snuff on the same page. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Pacheco.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So since I didn't give a report last week, I guess I better give one this week. I'm just kidding. One, I just want to say I appreciate the focus on some of the infrastructure. I know we have some things in our packet tonight, some other items that we've considered prior to this, but solid waste and solid waste transfer station is important. It addresses a long-term operational need, and it ties into a lot of the goals that we're developing at our retreat. That goes without saying. Our water infrastructure is pretty high up on the priority list as well. I know we're considering some more items for that. I appreciate the priority that we are focusing on in terms of directors, leaders, and city government here, the council officials, and moving forward with a lot of these projects. I also want to acknowledge that looking at the report for our police department, I see a lot of activity over the course of this last month or two, uptick in curbing some criminal behavior. I think one of those, and that's one of those things that I campaigned on, public safety. And of course, long-term, that's part of our infrastructure as well. People want to live in a city where they know that they receive a regular, dependable service for all their needs. And I do want to mention that I appreciate everything that came out of the council retreat and working with everyone here. We had a lot of priorities. Right up there was water, infrastructure, some of these things that we're talking about today, public safety, the economic development piece. That comes when we put all three together, I think. We have to take steps to get to where we want to be. And of course, we can't forget about the senior center. I think that was one of the priorities as well. What I would like to focus on as a governing body is we set these priorities, but sometimes it's easy for us to forget about these priorities or just say, we talked about this, and then next year we get to the table again. But potentially, and Mr. Manager, maybe this is for your consideration, we look to a follow-up plan. Every X amount of days, we look at what our priorities were and how we're progressing to meet those priorities as we move through the calendar year. And then finally, for specific to Ward Two, I have not forgot what the campaign was about and why I was elected. I continue to focus on the practical things that we can change. Practical neighborhood improvements. I know I've received a lot of calls for street repair, sidewalk repair. I appreciate Arnold and him getting his team out there quickly. Code enforcement, and just beautification, things that we can have an immediate impact on. I don't want to lose, we have a large picture, but sometimes we cannot forget about those things that are right in front of us. And I'll give a great example. I mean, I reached out to the manager this week as I was going to work. I saw a lot of work, city crews working on Mountain View, cutting some weeds, cleaning the curbs. And when I came back that afternoon, it looked like an entirely different place. So it may seem like it goes unnoticed, but that all makes a positive impact on not just on people that are visiting the community, but people that live in this community. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilman Ulibarri.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, staff. Our Riverwalk looks beautiful. It's a breath of fresh air. You can walk that Riverwalk and it's beautiful. They did a good job on it. All the dirt from Mills all the way down to Old Town and all that. Really nice, pretty. People talk about that. People love that. They walk that walk area. I do it sometimes. I've been here so many years that I'd seen that river right on the top, going over the top. But right now, the job that we did, the job that the council did and our managers and our staff did, it's beautiful. Now you can walk that and be safe. It's always been safe, but it's beautiful. I want to thank the staff and everybody involved. FEMA funded some money, whoever funded money, whoever was involved, thank you. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilman Martinez.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I just wanted to make one more comment. I know that we are diligently working on the Gainas River Park right now and so forth, and cleaning all the debris and removing unwanted plants and so forth. I'd still like to see us move a little bit more past that and take care of some of the other areas in our community that have bridges. There's parts of New Mexico Avenue, there's small little arroyos and stuff that go through our community that need at least dressing up, at least at that point where the general public can see. So I know that's not part of this, and I get that, but if we can continue that effort to beautify our community, it's another big step in the right direction. So that's something I want to see, moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you, councilors.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our city manager's report. We have our city manager, Mr. Robert A. Anaya.
Mr. Mayor, council, following the leadership started by Councilor Martinez, I'm just going to respectfully ask that my report be included in the minutes as written and not read the report on the record as I had planned to. There are some specific things that I would like to discuss, and I'm going to ask Ms. Leah Knudsen if she would come up to the podium, if you will, and I'm going to make a few comments relative to the press conference connected to the request Councilor Casey made last meeting, and I'm going to I might not put our team on the spot. We're going to do a comprehensive follow-up to the press conference with a targeted press release with the information contained at the press conference. So in addition to the information at the press conference, we're going to work with Ms. Salas and our team internally to do some additional follow-up of the press conference, key aspects, key components that we'll then put out to the public and others. And then Ms. Knudsen, when we get to that point in the presentation, can speak to some of the other work that we're going to work on together. That said, the city of Las Vegas, ever since the fire, has been engaged in mitigating the health and safety aspects primarily associated with the flood caused by the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon fire. The debris removal project as a whole for several years now has been vetted through many areas, including the state of New Mexico, Department of Homeland Security, including Environment Department representatives, including the city of Las Vegas, including many other partners and people and stakeholders connected specifically to the emergency aspects associated with the Calf Canyon Hermit's Peak fire. Deb Salzer today in the press conference, as did others, including Ms. Knutson, talked about other things that we're going to do moving forward. But Ms. Salzer, Mr. Lopez, the contractor, Cordova Construction, and everybody involved articulated that long pathway of information that was ever-changing and ever-evolving. But it was a process that was not absent many, many hands, many, many minds, many, many voices. But it followed a structured process based on federal, state, and local requirements. That said, there was numerous concerns that were aired through social media primarily, but other mechanisms, speaking to the detrimental impacts of the health and safety aspects that the watershed debris removal project was taking care of. So we respectfully, based on discussions with yourself, Mayor, and discussions with the New Mexico Environment Department, did a respectful pause to the project. Since that pause last week, we've engaged additional discussions with the state of New Mexico, the State Environment Department, Katie, Samantha, Jonas, Andres Delgado, numerous individuals to convey and discuss not only the project itself, but the evolution of the project. The Environment Department, primarily through Jonas Armstrong, conveyed that's a local project within local control of the city of Las Vegas that's gone through a process to get to the point you are. Those determinations and decisions were made based on that process, and we are not going to engage in any closure or stoppage of that particular project because of the things that the city has done, and that's within the realm of your authority, but it's also within the realm of FEMA and the requirements therein. I'll leave that there. I'll move over and pivot to Ms. Knutson. Before I do, Leah, I did want to state that the project will commence tomorrow. Councilor Casey, Mayor, and full council, continuing forward as it was set up to establish and mitigate those emergency needs of debris removal. That said, I will respectfully say unequivocally, myself, our team members, Mr. Lopez, the contractor, Cordova Construction, our whole engaged team in the project has learned things from those discussions, and we're going to make some respectful adjustments as we navigate through the rest of the project. And one thing that the State Environment Department said, one thing that Leah Knutson said, one thing that Elizabeth Ratzlaff said, one thing that Dr. Martinez said, is we've made investments along the Rio Gallinas with resources and effort and many hands and many minds, and we don't want to mess that up, for lack of a better word. We want to sustain that investment, and we don't want to see that investment hurt. So I clearly articulated back to the Environment Department through their team, as I've worked with Ms. Knutson and others, to respectfully say we're going to do our best. We still have to mitigate health and safety, but we're going to work with Ms. Knutson to be as respective and responsive to some of the concerns addressed. That includes watching over, helping assist when we're cleaning out the sediment from the pond that we agree needs to happen. That means working together to work through the reseeding and what that reseeding mix looks like, and I'll let you speak to that. Those components that don't stop the project but also respect nature and respect that corridor and the habitat. And I've never said, and I've never heard any of the mayor and council say, we want to disrespect the environment, we want to disrespect the habitat. It is tough to navigate removing debris in those areas without having some negative impacts. So there are balances that we have to undertake that we'll work through in partnership with our stakeholders, and we'll move forward. The last thing I'll say, and I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Knutson, is we've had now, I was counting, you and I specifically have had 3 discussions together, and collectively with the city of Las Vegas, just in the last 4 weeks, we've had 5 different engagements of discussion with you specifically, as well as others. Dr. Martinez has also engaged staff, myself, but also Arnold Lopez and Jimmy Saiz and Cordova Construction have been the benefit of some of the feedback that you've provided. So we've all learned a lot. We're ready to commence tomorrow again moving forward, but we want to do that with Ms. Knudsen and their group. The other thing the mayor pointed out in the first meeting that we had with Ms. Knudsen and Ms. Ratzlaff is that we're fully committed to bring back a memorandum of understanding that we previously had with the Watershed Alliance to this governing body for consideration and hopeful adoption so that we can advance together, finding resources and bridging new opportunities. Ms. Salser today brought up the opportunity that as part of the debris removal, some of the mitigating damages that occur when you do debris removal are opportunities for other funding opportunities. So that press conference brought those mindsets and all those folks together, and we've learned new opportunities that we can bridge from. So, Ms. Knudsen, thank you for coming. The floor is yours.
Good evening.
How do we do this? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mayors and city councilmen and everybody else that's here. Thank you so much for inviting us back into the process. We were very involved with the city of Las Vegas while we did some of the projects historically, and we're very excited to be part of that again. I think the Guaymas River Park can be so many things to so many people. Education, we've heard about that. Outdoor recreation, a lovely refuge right in the middle of town. And our visions for the Guaymas include all of those uses. Of course, our perspective is the condition of our watershed, the condition of our rivers, and that's our bend. But we understand this balancing act that we need to uncover as we go through the process. Super important. When we're working up high in the national forest, we don't have to think about those things, but we're in a very different environment here, and we respect your position. I think I would love to give a presentation to the council at some point about why it is we're concerned about riparian vegetation. That's the cottonwoods and willows that grow next to the river. And Arnold had an earful about some of that. And that's so important to the fish that we love to fish. But we do think that there are ways to balance those needs, and we have provided a seed mix. One of the first concerns we saw was that there was a lot of bare ground, and when those rains hit, that soil is going to wash into the river and cause some more erosion and sedimentation. So getting plants back on the ground and a native mix, as well as plants that grow quickly and hold that soil together. The plants in that area are really vital to the river, but there are ways to modify what grows where. And I think we together can come up with a good plan for the various zones of the river. Now, for the people that are not really aware of the work that we had done, we've spent over $1 million, $1.5 million in the restoration work that we've done already on the river park, and it was funded by the Environment Department. You can all see it, and I love to show people what was done. But the other thing that we did that was city funded in part and county funded was we developed a 72-page document of the whole river park, not the river itself, but the amenities and the layout of the park. And it sets some ideas, some concepts that I think do accommodate the whole diversity of people that might want to use the park, from festivals to quiet places to fishing fishing holes. So I'm excited to work with the city and all of you great folks to make the river be the best that it can be for our town, for water quality and quantity. And so the quantity part is really important right now because of all the flood damage. And there are ways that riparian area in the river can be braced better to manage that flood. That's all I have. Thank you, Robert, very much for making this happen.
Thank you, Leo. I appreciate you so much.
If I could, Mayor and Council, to Councilor Martinez's point, we have worked with the Sulzer Group on those other drainages that we have throughout the city as in putting together some additional projects, because we know for a fact, based on the flooding that we saw, that there was absolute impacts based on debris in those particular areas as well. So thank you for raising that comment. And if I could, Councilor, Mayor and Councilor Pacheco and the full council, we have begun the process of coalescing the work from the retreat. We are absolutely building milestones within that framework. I want to do a shout out to West. I know the mayor and the council are probably going to do more later, but I want to do a shout out to the West softball and baseball teams. But one of those baseball coaches was pretty tied up there for a while, and he was, Mr. Archuleta was part of that retreat process. So now that we're past the tournament, we're going to all get together, coalesce that information, and as you stated, make sure we have appropriate milestones to complement the recommendations on the work moving forward based on the direction you provide as a governing body. That's all I have. I stand for any questions, Mayor.
Any questions?
I just have
Councilman Pacheco?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I just have a comment in terms of the work going on at the Riverwalk. I appreciate all the information coming in, the community feedback. And I know there's pros and cons to everything. But I just want to know, I have received a fair amount of positive feedback in terms of the way that the area is being cleaned. Now, I realize there's some, again, it's give and take on both sides, right? In terms of, is that the best thing for the environment, or is that the best thing for community members? But I'd like to get to the point where we find middle ground. I think part of the challenge with the Riverwalk is that while it is, the plants are native, it makes it very easy for vagrancy, drug use, graffiti, and I think it's a much more citizen-friendly area when it's a bit cleared out. How do we find that middle ground? I just, I want to make sure we do that. And I just want that noted. I don't think sometimes we hear as vocally one side or the other, whether it's on social media or any of those platforms. But I think overall we're working towards the same thing, some community pride. I think when it's looking nice, that's going to be a community that takes ownership. We see less graffiti there. I've talked to the mayor and others at the trash cleanup. I know us as a city, we have some old cement barricades that are blocking off certain areas that are great for graffiti and don't look that nice, but I think the long-term plan is to get those moved out, make it much nicer. I want it to be a place where kids can ride their bikes and moms can walk down the path with their stroller and feel safe and enjoy that area. So thank you, Ms. Knudsen. I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your noting that there's challenges working with the river that's in the middle of the city, and I'm committed to trying to find some middle ground in how we do both.
Thank you, Councilor. No comment. Thank you, Mr. Manager. And Mr. Manager, I do want to, I know there was some confusion. It was last minute, but I know that we were getting some media inquiries. So thank you and the team, and also to Amanda, Ms. Salas, for putting this together just in about a day or less than a day for sure. I think it turned out good, and we had everybody at the table, and I think the community was appreciative of what happened today, so thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our next item, our police chief's report. We have our police chief, Mr. Caleb Marcus.
Good evening, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Thank you. Let me get this set up real quick. So I didn't present last month, so we're combining the stats into one. So this will be for the months of March and April. Our Field Operations Division for March had 136 traffic citations, 189 for April, 2 non-traffic citations in March, 4 for April, 21 parking citations in March, 10 for April, 44 arrests in March, 39 in April, 9 animal control citations in March, 2 in April. We had 3 burglaries in March, 2 in April reports, and for our total calls for service was 1334 for March and 1298 for April for our patrol officers. Our Communications Division in the month of March and April had a total of 911 calls for 677 for March, 580 for April, 105 city calls for March, 35 for April, 69 animal controls for March, 65 for April, 175 for AMR for March, and 181 for April. Fire Department had 201 for March, 195 for April. Police Department was 1,485 for March and 1,298 for April, with a total call for service of 1,689 for March and 1,474 for April. There's also Communication Appreciation Month in the month of April. A huge shout out to the men and women that work in there. They're awesome. It's a tough job for sure, and as well as animal control, same week. Our Animal Care Center, I'll go through several of these highlights because we have another slideshow with these ones, but our intake for the public, we had 41 dogs, 9 cats for a total of 50. We also returned 14 dogs, no cats for a total of 14. And our dogs euthanized was 5 dogs, no cats. And also we had 2 in shelter care that passed away, dogs, no cats, with an ending shelter count in March of 39 dogs, 8 cats for a total of 47. We also participated in numerous transfers, including a dog is my co-pilot flight transfer in collaboration with Best Friends Animal Society. Animal Care Center received floor plans for our new animal shelter planners from Shelter Planners of America. The adoption process was also updated to a paperless system, which allows adopters to sign agreements on tablets or mobile devices. This modification streamlines adoption events and reduces adoption processes time by 50%. Also, in the month of April, we had a beginning shelter count of 40 dogs, 8 cats for a total of 48. Outgoing transfers out of our community, we had 14 dogs, 9 cats for a total of 23. So we were able to move out a lot of those to rescues, and I'll go over those numbers as well. And we also returned 7 dogs, no cats to their guardians. We did euthanize 3 healthy dogs, 1 cat for a total of 4, and 3 dead or lost in shelter care cats. With our ending shelter count of 46 dogs, 21 cats for a total of 67. Our Animal Care Center also successfully facilitated the transfer of 4 animals to rescue organizations in Utah and Colorado. So they are trying every means possible to move as many animals as they could. And also they're currently maintaining 1 full-time and 2 part-time staff vacancies. We're trying to get those filled. We did have a position open up there, so interviews were conducted. Hopefully we can get some more members on the team sooner than later. Our Records Division is moving on to our indexing of 2018 to 2021 reports for destruction. We're also continuing training of our new employee, continuing record maintenance management, completed up-to-date Tyler safety. Our record stats were 84 offense incident reports in March, 109 for April, 23 traffic accident reports in March, 31 from April. They processed 168 citations in March, 205 in April, attended to 129 customers in March, 127 in April, scanned 290 documents in March, 268 in April, and completed 14 IPRA requests in March and 19 in April. Our Street Crimes Division, assigned cases for March was 21, 26 in April, self-initiated 50 in March, 65 in April. They made 13 arrests in March, 15 in April. They conducted 1 search warrant in March, 6 in April, closed out 20 cases in March, closed out 12 in April. They had 3 unattended deaths that they assisted with, our patrol officers. And they also seized evidence, 1.9 grams of meth in March, 3 in April, 318 fentanyl pills in March, 102 in April, 1 gram of crack cocaine, 26 other prescription pills, and 106 Suboxone strips in April. Our street crimes continued, and I have a new slide on here that I'll go over with you guys. But our evidence tech entered in 43 cases in March, 59 in April, 85 items turned into evidence in March, 169 in April. 2 items released from patrol property back to them, not narcotics, just to specify, whether it's stolen property or whatever it might be. But we had 3 Suboxone strips entered, 1 gram of marijuana, 1 gram of methamphetamine in March. 12 cases were sent to our labs for testing in March, none in April. He completed 3 IPRA requests on March, 8 in April, and digital files reviewed or redacted was 1,522 in March and 1,622 in April. On this side here, for the March and April, you'll see this is the collaborative work that we're doing with the San Miguel County Sheriff's Office and 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office. We have a dedicated personnel to narcotics. Our detectives responded to 10 requests for service. A narcotics search warrant was executed in Enchanted Hills. We seized 89 fentanyl pills, 12.29 grams of methamphetamine, 5.2 grams of cocaine, 6.88 grams of suspected fentanyl powder. And then in April, we also had 4 calls for service operation involving San Miguel County Sheriff's Department, 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office. We seized 959 fentanyl pills, 22 grams of meth, 17 grams of cocaine, 10 hydrocodones, 306 Suboxone strips, $66,402 in currency, and 6 defendants charged. So it's been a good collaborative work with the Sheriff's Department and the DA's office, and we're hoping to continue these numbers every month. We had 10 informational travels for the month of March. Our officer, Gerald King, attended firearms instructor update in Portales, New Mexico. Sergeant Tafoya, Sergeant Aragon, and Detective Alice completed their leadership training for the FBI LIDA in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Officer King also attended the rifle instructor in Raton, New Mexico, and Sergeant Marquez did his instructor update as well in Albuquerque. In April, we had 3 informational travels for the month, and we also had Detective Alice on a search and seizure online course that he participated in. Lieutenant Atkins, Detective Alice, and Evidence Sec Torres completed the drone certification and became new pilots. Our police department employees worked workplace violence training here at City Hall, and Officer King, general instructor course update in Roswell. We ran several operations for our citations. We had 3 personnel assigned to Operation NDWI. We had 1 DWI arrest, 2 suspended revoked, 1 cell phone, 14 other citations, and 1 uninsured motorist for a total of 19. We also ran an Operation Buckle Up of 5 personnel. We had 2 seatbelt citations, 1 revoked, suspended revoked license, 12 speeding, 18 other, 9 uninsured motorists, and 3 cell phone violations for a total of 45. Lieutenant Lotalo has continued to work on our recruitment. We had 9 police officers, 1 certified and 8 certified interested, 5 communication specialists, active applications. We are full. We're making some adjustments to accommodate and try to get some more employees in there as well. We have 6 animal control applicants, 2 community service aides, and our animal control center did complete interviews, so we're hoping to hire that one as soon as we could. And we have 21 total vacancies. I'll leave those on the board. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief, and I know you already had done your report, but yesterday I had the opportunity to attend with Chief, Deputy Chief, and Commander the graduation of 2 of our new officers, Mr. Officer Steven Sandoval and Officer Nicholas Apodaca. It was awesome. And I do want to commend you, Chief. I know in just hearing, some of the other chiefs, I think the one from Los Lunas, commending the work you're doing. So it was great to hear and also hear that collaboration you with other chiefs. So thank you, Chief, for all you do.
Thank you, Mayor. And also, we did our drone program. We have 6 pilots now. The last ones just completed their training last week, so that program will be up and running and ready to go for Fiesta time and summertime activities. So it'll be awesome to have that part of the group.
Questions, Commissioners? Good job, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Sandra?
Mr. Mayor, moving on to our next item, approval of minutes for April 30th, 2026. This was the retreat.
Councilman Ulibarri.
Approve the minutes for April 30th, 2026.
Motion by Councilman Ulibarri. I have a second.
Second,
Second by Councilor Casey. All in favor?
can I make a comment first?
Yeah, go ahead.
These minutes are for the retreat that took place recently, and I want to commend our deputy clerk, Danielle Sena, for the wonderful job that she did in arranging the minutes so that they are very precise and informative. During a retreat, there's a lot of free conversation and a lot of talking and discussion. And she was able to break it down into different categories like retreat objectives, discussions and presentations, and priorities, and all of those types of things to make it more readable and more effective in the way that the message is sent in these minutes. So I want to thank her for doing such an excellent job. She does an excellent job all the time, and I'm very happy that she is willing to do a job that is difficult. Listening to the minutes is difficult, and then typing them up is just as hard. I've been there, done that, but I want to thank her for the excellent work that she did. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Counselor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Moving on to our business items. Business item 1, request approval of resolution number 2619, acceptance of the RIP 00088 grant and loan agreement for the City of Las Vegas Solid Waste Department and authorizing official representatives and signatory authority. We have our Gas Solid Waste Director, Mr. David Marcus.
Mr. Marcus, Council, you guys have had the memos, the information presented to you. Any questions for Mr. Marcus? Seeing none, what's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution 26-19 for the grant, the RIP 88 grant and loan agreement with the City of Las Vegas Solid Waste Department to authorize official representatives and signatory authority.
Motion by Councilor Casey. Do I have a second?
Second, Commissioner.
Second, we'll give that to Councilor Ulibarri. Roll call.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our second item, request approval to publish ordinance number 2602, authorizing the City of Las Vegas to enter into a loan agreement with the New Mexico Environment Department for the purpose of making major improvements to the Solid Waste Department.
Any questions for Mr. Marcus on item number 2?
I don't have a question, but I have a quick comment.
Councilor Casey.
Before this ordinance is published, can we please correct on page 1, line 4, the first word targeted is missing the E.
You got it.
We'll take care of that.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Counselor.
Councilman Pacheco.
So I just had a quick question. 26 for the engineer fees. Is that, that's part of this budget here? That's in the spreadsheet you gave us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I just see that as other funds, and then the other column is the environmental department funds.
Keep in mind there, Councilman Pacheco, that part of this moving forward was us putting skin in the game.
Okay.
And part of that was us utilizing an engineer prior to actually seeking these grants as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've, that's what we're putting in the game. That's what we're putting in the game. Thank you
Yes,
for the
sir.
clarification.
You got it.
Pleasure of the council.
I move to approve the item.
I have a motion by Councilor Pacheco. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Pacheco, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Mr.
guys.
Marquez. for all you do.
Mayor, before Mr. Marcus departs, I just want to highlight his efforts, Mr. Jaramillo and their full team's efforts, and then the collective work that happens throughout the city to get behind each other, to get things done. And so kudos to the team, kudos to you, Mr. Marcus, and the efforts to get this. This is no small lift and no small feat, and so good work.
Thank you, City Manager. Appreciate that.
Mr. Mayor, moving on to our next item, request approval to publish ordinance number 2603. This is for Drinking Water State Revolving Loan Fund, number DWL 7040. We have our Water Director, Mr. Travis Martinez.
Councilors, you guys have the info. Any questions? Councilor Casey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know that the ordinance that we were given was not prepared by you. It was prepared by Najar and Associates.
Yes, ma'am.
And in an effort to squeeze everything in and make it look so aligned and beautiful, the words all run together. So we have words like and payment and agreement and agreement and ordinary by, things like that. Could we please have those corrected before it is published so that people don't think that the city of Las Vegas doesn't know how to spell or type?
I will get with her and we'll fix that.
Thank you so much. With that, Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the publishing of ordinance number 2603 for drinking water state revolving loan fund.
By Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Olivari. Roll call.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next item, number 4, request approval for out-of-state travel for Lieutenant David Varela to attend basic TASER instructor training in Lamar, Colorado. We have our police chief, Mr. Marcus.
Good morning.
Chief again.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Councilors, what's the pleasure?
Mayor,
Councilman Martinez.
I'll go ahead and move to approve the out-of-state travel for Lieutenant David Varela to attend basic TASER instructor training in Lamar, Colorado.
Second, Mr.
Motion
Mayor.
by Councilman Martinez, second by Councilor Casey. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Martinez, a second by Counselor Casey. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our next item, executive session.
It's the pleasure of the council.
I make a motion to move to executive session.
Second.
Oh, to
have to read all of
read
that.
the whole. Well, let me pull it up on my electronic agenda here. Okay, so I make a motion to move into executive session in accordance with the New Mexico Open Meetings Act, collective New Mexico State
NMSA.
NMSA 1978.
Statutes
Yeah,
annotated.
I know. Section 1015-1, collective bargaining strategy, discussion regarding the Las Vegas Police Officers Association collective bargaining unit agreement. Pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 1015-1, the council may convene in a closed session upon motion of any councilor and majority vote of the council. Any closed session shall be limited to only those subjects announced prior to the vote. To convene a closed session and those subjects properly placed on the agenda, thereby affording the general public notices of the subjects to be discussed. No vote shall be taken in closed session.
Motion by Councilor Pacheco, second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Pacheco, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to return to regular session.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the
Councilman
city,
Pacheco.
the city council return to regular session from executive session with the understanding that pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 1015-1, the matters discussed in executive session were limited only to those specified in the motion to enter into executive session, and that no action was taken.
Motion by Councilman Pacheco, second by Councilman Ulivari. Roll call.
Counselor Martinez? Yes. Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Have a motion by Counselor Pacheco, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our next business item. Business item number 5, request approval of resolution number 2621 for the City of Las Vegas to pay 69.42% of the employee para contributions for municipal police communications specialist members coverage plan 3. I have our police chief, Mr. Marcus.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. Mr. Castellano, on number 5, I know, we all have the information, but you had some recommendations?
Yeah, on number 5, Mayor, Council, we're gonna ask that you approve this item with an amendment. There's I believe it's on paragraph 3. The original said municipal police plan, and we had to amend that to state municipal general plan because they're under a different plan. Other than that, there's no other changes to that, to resolution 2621, besides that. So, any motion, I would ask that the motion be made, if it's to approve, with that, amendment and understanding.
Questions of the council, or what's the pleasure?
I just want to, I have a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Pacheco.
I just want to recognize the chief and the management team for the city that's been a part of negotiating this. I also want to recognize our officers and their representation. It seems like there was I know there was a lot of work put into this. I know that these type of negotiations can be sometimes challenging, and I'm glad that both sides could come to the table and do it in a friendly and constructive manner and benefit both the city and the police officers of the city of Las Vegas.
We have a recommendation
Mr.
from
Mayor.
legal. Councilman Martinez.
Yes, I move to approve Resolution 2621 for the City of Las Vegas to pay 69.42% of the employee para contributions for municipal police communications specialist members coverage plan 3.
Second.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
So just to clarification, we had an
With the
amendment.
amendment, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. A motion by Councilman Martinez, second by Councilor Casey. Roll call.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Martinez, a second by Counselor Casey. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 6, request approval of resolution number 2620 for the City of Las Vegas to pay 70% of the employee para contributions for municipal police members coverage plan 5.
Chief, Councilor, any changes or recommendation on the information that we were given on that item?
Mayor, members of the council, not from legal. That one was approved, and we did get feedback from para that that resolution looked good to go for your consideration.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution 26-20 for the City of Las Vegas to pay 70% of the employee para contributions for municipal police members coverage plan 5.
Motion by Councilor Casey, second by Councilman Olivari. Roll call.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Olivari?
Yes.
Have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Olivari. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries. Moving on to our next item, request approval of resolution number 2623, a budget adjustment for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. We have our Finance Director, Mr. Morris Madrid.
Councilors, on this item, you guys have the information. Any questions for Mr. Madrid or anything you want to hear from him? It's the pleasure of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution 26 23, budget adjustment for the 25-26 fiscal year.
Second.
Counselor Casey, second by Councilman Martinez. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Martinez. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to our executive session action items. Consideration to approve the Las Vegas Police Officers Association Lodge Number 20 agreement.
Pleasure of the council.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the Las Vegas Police Officers Association Lodge Number 20 agreement as presented.
Motion by Counselor Casey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Pacheco. Roll call.
Counselor Olivari? Yes. Counselor Martinez?
Yes.
Counselor Casey?
Yes.
Counselor Pacheco?
Yes.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey, a second by Counselor Pacheco. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion carries.
Again, thank you, Chief, and to the negotiating management team. And I know, Chief, if you wanted to make a few comments, I know the union was invited, and I know you were going to say a few words.
I just wanted to speak for them real quick. They are, two of them are in training. Another one had a sick child today that wasn't able to make it. But the team was a pleasure to work with, and these negotiations moved along slowly but steadily, and we were able to get it accomplished. Just a lot of good work from the management team and from the union negotiating team as well. This is awesome for the police department, and I know this is going to benefit the union, but thank you to the council, because this does help with retention and recruitment for the Las Vegas Police Department and being competitive with other agencies. So this is going to be awesome moving forward. Thank you.
And council, I know this is big. Again, as Chief had mentioned, any comments towards this agreement? Councilor Casey.
I just want to thank the chief, because I think he has done an amazing job in recruiting and retaining those that he has recruited, because we really had a situation that, in my opinion, was dangerous, because we didn't have enough officers, and Chief Marquez has done an outstanding job in getting more people enthused about wanting to be police officers, making sure that they're trained properly and go to training for extra things that they need to learn for the job. So I want to thank Chief for the job that he's doing. Thank you very much.
Councilors? Councilman Pacheco.
Again, I think I jumped the gun. I said some things a little early, but again, thank you, Chief. Thanks to the team on the city side that was working. I just want to mention Mr. Jordan Ellis, who was working on behalf of the union and the Officers Association. I think he did a great job. Fine officer for the city of Las Vegas. I met him several times, and it's great. It's great that we can come to this agreement and support each other and provide a benefit to those officers that are trying to help make Las Vegas a safer place.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilman Martinez.
Thank you, Mayor. I do want to say thank you to the police officers that have remained with the city all these years and have given us the opportunity and the faith to move this department forward, of course, with your leadership, Chief. But this is also an invitation to other agencies, letting them know that we're stepping up to the plate. And every day that we continue to serve our public, they're welcome to join this team. So I do appreciate everything that's going on with the city police department at this point. Thank you.
Councilman Olivari, we'll let you close it out.
Thank you, Chief. Good job. It takes a man out there, and we always have little problems here and there, but we take them one day at a time, one thing at a time, and we just do our best, and that's what counts. We do our best, and people like what we do, and it's got to tell everybody thank you, because we all go together, hang around together, and we do things together, and you guys are out there when we have to, when we need you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you. Mr. Manager, do you want to say a few words on the?
Everything's already been said. I greatly appreciate you, Chief, and all of the members of the department. I've had the opportunity lately to get to know more and more of that team and the work that they do, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of them. But thank you very much.
Sorry, I move that we adjourn.
I have a motion by Counselor Casey. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilman Pacheco. This meeting's adjourned.